Hey guys, it's Ashley Brown with another video. Before we get started, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Hey, hit that notification bell. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe again. So, before I get started, I kind of just want to give you a little background about the video. This is a video I've been wanting to do since I started YouTube, but it just never felt right. I know I have discussed my mental health, but I hadn't really gone into strong detail about it, about how I was diagnosed, if I'm on medications and things like that. So I wanted to touch on that today, and then how has nursing affected my mental health, and how working with the mental health community now, how has that affected my mental health. So I'm gonna just jump right in, and let's see, what's the first question? So the first question is, how did my mental health journey start? So it started off in nursing school. I believe I have told this video on other videos, and if you haven't checked out my other videos, you should. But nursing school, I got to a very, very, very low point, to the point that I wanted to harm myself, and that's when I made the decision to see a therapist. From there, that's when the therapist recommended a psychiatrist, and I was like, whew, that's a lot. I didn't know I was that bad off, which, I mean, if you want to harm yourself, that's something serious. So, not to make light of anything about this is a very serious video. But yeah, from there, the therapist recommended me to see a psychiatrist for medication management. I've never been on meds before at that time. I was nervous. I feared, I don't know, I just didn't want to feel like I was being medicated. So that brings to my next question. Am I on medications? What was my medication process? So the first medication my psychiatrist tried me on was Prozac. And at this time, I was actually in my psych rotation in nursing school. So I was like, man, I'm feeling just like these patients. I get what they're going through. But it made me feel like I was on drugs. I felt wired. I did not feel right. It was a huge turn off to the medication. They made me not want to be on medications at all. But I did not give up. We tried another medication. The next one was Effexor, or sertraline is the other name. And again, it was a failure. I can't really describe what happened, but something didn't feel right, to the point that it caused me to have one of the worst panic attacks I had in my life. I'll just say that. Today, now I am on Lexapro, or Citalopram is the other name for it, which is an antidepressant, and I'm also on Abilify, which is a mood stabilizer. So now I am currently still on medications. I don't feel like I am medicated, except when I first started Abilify. Abilify can make you drowsy as fuck. To the point my coworkers were like, "Are you okay, Ashley?" When they upped my dose, and when I actually got back on the medications. And that's the thing, you have to be consistent with these things. You know, you want to get your mental health right, but you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, how will you see the difference? How will you see the change? So that's what I struggle with. I want to be better, but actually you're not doing what you need to do to be better. So that's why I have continued to take my medications. I'm not so good with therapy, which I do have an appointment this week. So I will go to therapy this week, which I am very excited about. I know she's probably like, where the hell you been, Ashley? But I'm coming back for you, Debbie. I'm coming back for you. So that's kind of like my medication journey. It was a huge stigma to me growing up, being on medication, but now that I'm on it, I get it. It makes me better. And why not be on something that makes me a better person, makes me feel better, makes my mental health better? I have to live this world with this brain, this mind. It's gonna be on point. It's gonna be on point. So I'm gonna look down at my phone, see what's next. So did nursing school affect my mental health? I told you guys that's what led me to therapy. So yes, it did. Nursing school is tough. You know, there you can only make a 75 or above. Ooh, now I'm about to go get my master's and I'm gonna make an 80 or above. That got me shook too. But it's a lot of pressure and it's very fast paced. Only, I think my program was either 15 or 16 months. So it's a very quick process and they want you to learn so much information, and it's not all easy but mainly hard, and that put a lot of stress on my life. Have I always dealt with depression or anxiety and things like that? I do believe I have. This kind of brings me to a point that I want to touch on next. Growing up, was mental health discussed? No, it wasn't, and that's pretty common in any black household. So when I do have kids, I plan to make this an important thing to be discussed, because dealing with this, it has showed me so much about what I want better for my kids. I'm not saying I wasn't raised in a good childhood or anything. It's just, those were different day and ages. Now, mental health is something we have to talk about. A lot of people are killing themselves. A lot of people are doing a lot of things that should be going on. So I think taking a step, making sure my kids are straight whenever I do have kids, this will be something that will be discussed. So yeah, mental health wasn't really discussed in my family. Now that I am trying this YouTube thing and being more open about my mental health, my family is aware. They know I go to therapy. They know I have a psychiatrist. They know I'm currently on medications, and they're okay with it. They just want me to be the best person I can be. They want me to be better, and they support whatever I decide. And again, I am an adult, so it is what it is. Let's see what my next question is. So I do want to touch on this current job I have now. So right now, I feel like I have touched on what I do, but I am an intake nurse at a psychiatric facility. So these patients come off the street, they come from outside hospitals, and I am the first person they see. These people aren't medicated. Some people had been medicated in the hospital. They wait till they get to the facility to medicate them. So these people can be highly psychotic, very depressed, manic. You get all different types of symptoms. So how does that affect me? Me dealing with depression, somebody coming in with suicidal thoughts. For me, I'm able to separate it. Some way, somehow, I'm able to separate and disconnect my issues and just, take over and discuss what's actually going on with my patient. Because I've always known since I was a young child that I wanted to be a nurse. And I want other people to feel better. And that's probably been my issue. I don't worry about myself, I worry about others. But I put my feelings aside. I know sometimes I have dropped tears hearing different stories, because things people have gone through to make them who they are today, it's a lot. But again, to sum that up, my job, it does affect me, but I've learned how to shut it off in a sense. I'm not numb to anything at all, but I know how to separate my personal life from theirs. It was hard at first, especially starting off as a nurse, a new grad nurse. That's why I didn't last in the ICU. It was just a lot of pressure for me. But I'm here now. I'm better. This nursing field is still pretty tough. Sometimes it's not easy to just cut it off and ignore what everybody has going on and just be this cold person. I don't want to be that cold person. A lot of people, I come across a lot of nurses that are cold-hearted. They don't care as much anymore, but I refuse to be that nurse or that nurse practitioner, because y'all know I'm about to go to school. I start school on the 5th, actually, guys. But anywho, my job, it's okay. I'm gonna just say it's okay. I'm not mentally as stressed as I was as when I first started off in the nursing field. Which, like I said, all comes with time and learning how to cope with different things. Which brings up my next question. My next question is, how do I cope dealing with my own issues and having to deal with other patients and things like that? And for me, I talk with my friends. I go out with my friends. I discuss what happened at work. I discuss these things with my managers. I discuss things with people. I think the biggest thing you have to do is talk. If you hold these things in, it just builds up, and then one day you explode. So a big thing for me is talking. One thing I do need to work on, I just want to throw this out here. You know, like I said, I like to be with my friends. I like to do this with other people, but I haven't actually found things to do on my own to better myself. And that's been a big issue of mine. And if you guys have any tips or things I can do on my own, or tell me what you guys do on your own for your mental health and how do you cope and things like that, that would be great. So comment down below and let me know some things. Let's see what my next question is. Any tips for joining? Any tips for someone that's wanting to join the medical field or the nursing field? My tip would be, don't hold it in. If you feel the way, discuss it, because it's gonna stay there. And I just kind of touched on it a little bit in this previous question, but you have to discuss it. You can't hold this in. You have to find different ways to cope. Because what you see in this nursing field is tough. In all reality, you see people die. You bring people back to life. You deal with a lot of things that other people wouldn't be able to deal with. So I would recommend talk about it, find different ways to cope. And if you don't feel like somewhere you are is comfortable for you, that is okay. If you feel like you need to step down, which what I did whenever I first became a nurse, I was in the ICU, went down to the med surg unit. If you feel like something isn't right for you and you're having a hard time coping on that job, find the right fit. There is too many nursing jobs for you not to have that right fit, where you find yourself where you can't cope. Stuff like that is not okay. So just remember, there's other opportunities. Cope. Find different cope mechanisms is important. Let's see if I have any more questions here. How do I feel that therapy has helped me? So I feel therapy has helped me. It made me realize why I am the person I am. I never realized how much your childhood and how you were raised affects you and creates you to be the person you are today. And that is the main takeaway that I can say from therapy, is that I've learned that my childhood played a huge role into this person I am today. Not saying it's a negative thing, not saying it's a positive thing. It's just right here in the middle. But yes, my childhood, it has made all of us, all our childhoods have made us the way we are. So I've learned that. And I don't know, I've learned how to express myself, because I mentioned this also before, that I never was this person that was comfortable discussing my feelings. So therapy pushes me to that point where I have to discuss. I have to be open. Well, I want to be open, because some people sit in therapy, they don't discuss things. But I refuse to pay my money and not say a damn thing. So I don't know. That's that. Let's see if I have anything else I didn't touch on. So I think that's kind of it. I don't think I have anything else to say, but better days are coming. Y'all better remember that. I do have future goals of having maybe part 2, part 3. I want to have other people that's in my field and different fields of different occupations discuss their mental health and how has their jobs or their careers affected them, and I just want to touch on different things and different aspects of other people's lives, just so we all can see that we're not alone and that we all deal with certain things. So I think I'm about to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget, better days are coming. Believe that, remember that. What I always say, stick it in your brain. Yes, I'm done. I'm out. Bye, guys.